What up, people? It's your boy, Master Chudy, out here with another comic review. And I just got reading The Curse of Brimstone. Went to the comic shop, trying to get me to. I currently don't have a pool. So the shop was trying to say, you should get a pool. But, I was like, I don't know. But we'll see. But either way, The Curse of Brimstone. Now, I know people have had an issue with, Justin Jordan. He has me blocked and everything like that and whatnot. But I said I would get this story for Philip Tan. But Justin Jordan does a good job with Philip Tan. I think they created a very good story. No, this is not a Ghost Rider ripoff, if you might think so. This does have similarities to it, but it's definitely different. And I would have to say that the character, who's Joe Chamberlain, who's the Curse of Brimstone, or Brimstone, has a much more sympathetic background than Johnny Blaze. Yes, Johnny Blaze lost his father, and he made a deal with Mephisto to bring his father back. Here, we find out that we have a lot more noble, selfless things. And I feel like this book gets to the subtleties of what's happening in rural white America. Now, I am not really political. Well, I am political. What am I saying? I love public policy, love politics, but I'm very independent now. And I understand the things that plague the black community. And there's enough of that going on. And they do need to be told from a certain standpoint. It's important to have this discussion. But what I realize that the Curse of Brimstone does is that it shows another side of, poverty. That, yes, African Americans are in poverty, but they're also, rural white towns in these coal mining cities. And it does give a little bit of an indication of, why or how tough things are all around. And I think this book does a good job of it. So let's get into it. Got the usual poster. So this is a little prelude. He's saying, feeling that everything burns, everything always burns, but we move into the story where it happened earlier that day. This is a place called York. It was once great. It's like before the schools closed, before just about everything from my childhood closed and went away. And my childhood wasn't all that long ago. York Hills was here because of coal. When the coal left, the factories came. When the factories left, nothing came. So if you want a job, you need to leave, which means you need a car, which means you need to have a job. And so we see stuff that happens all around in rural America, and even in places like Detroit, Michigan, where these were once factories here and everything. There used to be economic opportunity, and then they left, and people and cities have been taking away, the intelligence, the talent of a lot of these rural areas because people got to eat. People need to make money and got to earn a living, and people got to do it. So we see our main character in his unfortunate car red pickup truck right here, and I'm guessing York must be in West Virginia or in Pennsylvania, one of those two, coal country. So we see him like. So he just sees somebody hungry. Say, yeah, I know, I can see the light too, man. I'm trying. It's like this piece of crap car probably isn't enough to get me over the mountain to the job I applied for. Keeping this thing running takes all the money I have, so I can't get a new car. And he's like, I'm trying. So the guy's still honking. It's like, this car, this town, this place, it's a trap. I know it's a trap. I know what you're thinking. Hey, Joe, why don't you just leave? Leave? With what money? With what skills? I couldn't leave if I wanted. York Hills used to be great, a place where you could work a good job and have a good life. And then this guy said, keep your piece of crap off the road, Chamberlain. Tell us have jobs. It's like it's a forgotten place now, full of forgotten people. But there's still good things here. So he heads up to a diner, of course, and he meets Annie, who's his little sister right here. He's like, Annie, I need coffee, lots of coffee. Aren't you supposed to be out getting a job? It's like, there and back again. Applications filled out, interviews probably never. Shouldn't you be studying any? No, I can relate to that sentence. It's like, believe it or not, despite the near constant stream of high-tipping customers, I actually do manage to find time to study. So she's a nursing student, actually. Say, Yanni doesn't mind, so long as the work he allegedly pays me for gets done. It's like, you shouldn't have to do this. It's like, you're my brother. It's like, you're my brother, not my keeper, Joe. This isn't on you. Besides, someone has to keep the money coming. Dad's disability doesn't go far enough. It's like, you don't have to do that. You can't do that. Just focus on getting that nursing degree. We can manage. We always do. And it's like, yeah, things are going great. So we just see an officer come in. Say, coffee, I need coffee. It's like, you on second again? Officer Friggin? Sorry, Eddie. Can't answer questions before caffeine. It's like, you want a side of contemplation with that? God, no. The last thing I need is to think about my life. That way lies bad mojo. You just see Mr. Chamberlain, Tom. It's like, how's your dad? I haven't seen him for a while. You just see, he's fine. How about you? How you doing all right? It's like, do you care? It's like, I asked. It's like, I'm fine. See you at home, Annie. I have the strong suspicion that he doesn't actually like me. And he's like, well, you have arrested him half a dozen times. Like, that sounds right. Thanks for the coffee. I have a feeling it's going to be a long night. And little does he know how long it's going to be. It's like, this town has lost so much, it's easy to forget what we still have. We still care about each other. We still have that. It's like, I'm just about sure you're actually trying to make us fat, Miss Gearhart. It's like, I don't see you not eating my cookies, Joe. You didn't need to do that. It's like, no, I didn't. I need to, but I wanted to. Andy Brumbaugh got hurt this morning, trying to trim trees. I know he and your father are friends. It's like, does Dad know? It's like, I didn't have the heart to wake him. And he's trying to put on this facade of you, like, I'm cheery. Life might be down, but I'm still good. And he's like, that's not your job. It's like, it's what neighbors do, or at least what they did, at least. Not much neighboring to go around these days. It's like, no, I guess not. You'll make your sister, it's like, you make sure your sister gets some of the cookies, okay? I know how you and your father are with the snickerdoodles. One time we didn't save her. Annie, one time, but thanks for these. I'll make sure Annie gets us. So we can just see the art of this town just in derelict poverty. And I think the artist does a good job in showing it like that. So Dad got hurt got hurt at Seppa right before the factory closes. It's like he was doing what rightly should have been the work of 2 or 3 guys. He's on disability. But Annie's right, it doesn't go near far enough. He worked hard his whole life and he deserves better. He gave the company everything and they gave him nothing. Nothing but medical bills and a back that only even lets him walk about half the time. And you see him going through the bills, saying, I wish there was something to make this place good again. Make it great. If people could just see this place, it could be different. It could be a place people could come to, not a place where people move away from. I give anything to make that happen. Anything at all. So we get into the night, and we see a guy with his car, and it's a pretty fine-looking muscle car. And it's like, I swear to you, Officer Figard, I didn't even see a sign. I didn't even see a speed limit sign. You might be surprised to learn that doesn't mean there wasn't one, sir. It's like, I'm running a bit behind, so I was pushing my luck, and I'll push it a little bit further. Is there any way to make this go away, officer? So I just see him trying to. It's like, is there something you could offer? Something I could offer you? So he's trying to tempt him. Obviously, this is like a devil character. It's like, no. But we see the officer's will is too strong. It's like, all I want from you is your license and registration, sir. And he's like, oh, you are a rarity, Officer Figard. A man at peace with his station. Unfortunately, we can't be having that. Very fortunately, you've taken up enough time for the hound to catch up. It's like, you stop right there. And we just see this hound, the hellhound's like, hello. And just see, it's like, my dear faithful hound, I do find your playtime rather chilly. Your love of points was worse, much worse. So Officer Figard gets frozen completely. Like always a critic. Now we're almost late with appointment with Mr. Chamberlain. He should be just about ready. So it seems that he's been waiting to turn Mr. Joe Chamberlain into what he wants to do. It's like $152. So they're short on the money, short on the bills. That's what we're short. I need to pay tuition for the next semester. And we just see Joe cooking dinner. It's like, that's not right. We had enough. I know we did. We did. Now we don't. And I'm sure I'd like to know why. It'll be okay, Andy. It's like, it'll be okay, Andy. It's coming back. And then Joe was like, Dad, what did you do? Just see, Andy needed money. He'll pay me back. He's good for it. He just hit a bad stretch. He's good for it. And then, of course, they're both disappointed. They're like, Dad, why? It's like, it's not coming back. Andy near took off his leg this morning with a chainsaw. Okay. It's like, I can find some way to make this work. I'll see if Yanni has more shifts for me to pick up. It's like, but of course, Joe's not having it. It's like, he took our money and got himself hurt. Now we're both off than worse before. It's like, this is my house you're living in. That's my money that's keeping the lights on. I gave you everything. And then Joe just walks out the house. He's like, you didn't give us everything. You didn't give us anything. All you gave us was a future, just as bad as yours. This place used you up, and now you want that for us. And his sister's like, you can't leave. And I was like, no, I can't, but you can. Out of this house, out of this town. I won't let him chain you up to this place. I won't. So he drives off. And then, of course, his car breaks down. And he's in despair. And he feels like he's probably going to die. But then, of course, our main man who froze Officer Figard comes through. Says, looks like you could use some help. Yes, see, do I know you? Not yet, Joe. But I think you'll want to hear what I have to offer. Besides, it's cold. Get in. You'll get warmed up. You're not from around here. I'm not. I traveled a long way to find places like York Hills. And he's like, that's a first. Not a fan of the small town life, Joe? It's not the small town life that's the problem. It's the small death. York Hills, places like York Hills, they're dying and no one cares. There's not a damn soul in Metropolis or Gotham that cares what happens here. And then we just see I care very much. Places like this might be forgotten and forsaken by most, but not me. And not the company I work for. I believe York Hills might be exactly what we're looking for. Just see, is this a pitch? You're a salesman? I like to think I'm the salesman. And yes, Joe, this is absolutely a pitch. I can do many things, but I won't ever lie. The Home Office sends us out looking for places exactly like York Hills. There's potential here. A chance to change these towns into places the world has never seen. But we can't do it alone. We need agents. People who really know these places and can get them ready for the Home Office to set up permanent operations. And we just see Joe's like still skeptical, saying, yeah, it sounds great. It always does. So, what do you want? What can we give you? I want something that'll put this place on the map. Something to make this town and the people, again, want to come again. This place, it used to be good. Now Mrs. Graveheart will die alone because everyone who could leave did. And she was left behind. Andy is going to be under medical bills for his leg. And Annie, my sister, can't end up like this. She's studying to be a nurse. She has to get out of this place, start someplace new. But I love this town. But it's a trap. It got me. I didn't have the grades for an education, and I didn't have the money to start over again. But Annie, she's smart. I won't let this place drag her down. I give up anything to free her from that. Free everyone from that. Anything. And then of course the guy says, done. Become our agent, and I will give you exactly what you asked for. All you have to do is shake my hand. Of course. Of course. And of course he shakes his hand. You're right about this town. And we just see him transforming into, you just see a mask coming from him. And he's not, I don't know whether I would call him a demon in the usual sense. He seems much more. No one cares. It could blow away and nothing would be missed. As could you, your sister. You have a fire in you, Joe. I can smell it, taste it inside you. And on you, the sweet stench of desperation. The desperate can so often see what others cannot. See things as they truly are. Then we just see something like this. It's like, what are you doing? Nothing but what you asked for. I'll make this town a place people will travel from all over to see, or rather you will. This might sting a bit, or perhaps more than a bit. Power is always painful. So he gets hit. Oh, it's like, what did you do to me? It's like, what you feel is the Home Office reshaping your flesh, making you a proper agent. And he's like, please, no. I made a few deals. I've made a few of these deals now, and no one has ever really asked about the how and whys before saying yes. Of course, it probably wouldn't have helped. I'm given great latitude as to how power of the Home Office is applied to their agents. I thought since this was a coal mining town, I'd give you something appropriate. Isn't that right? Brimstone. So we just see him transform fully into Brimstone. You can see all the pain and suffering in his heart. It's like, I'll keep my promise. I'll give you what you asked for. What you will do to this town, what Brimstone will do to this town, is certainly going to be something to see. So that is the thing. We see Brimstone Inferno Part 1. Philip Tan and Justin Joy the storytellers. Justin Joy the dialogue. Tan did the cover. Brian Cunningham is the group editor. Solid. And whatnot. So there we have it. So I feel like Curse of Brimstone does what many people have said comics have done before. It subtly portrays the problems in the real world. Now, whether you agree with that or not is your decision. but it is real. And there are people who are poor in many regions who do suffer like this. But it also shows that he wants to do it. So, once again, Johnny Blaze wanted to save his father. Very personal thing. Joe Chamberlain wants to bring prosperity to his town. He wants his sister to get out of here and make something for his life. Cares about his neighbors, cares about his family, and he just wants to do right, which makes him a little bit different from Johnny Blaze in a way. But I enjoyed this book. I really did. You know, it's sad Justin got me blocked, but I enjoyed it, and I hope that the story continues further. So, thank y'all for watching. Oh, this is a hard buy. Please buy this book. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching. I should have more videos up later today.